Good morning, everybody. It's me, Yankee Wally. I'm back again. Um, Guess who's in Pittsburgh tonight? Trump. And I do love his rallies. I really do. And whether you love him or hate him, you've got to admit he was made for this job. He was made for it. Now I'm able to recognise things in Trump that I don't care if I loved him or hated him. You've got to give the guy credit where it's due. He was made for this job. What a shame. He's I say as old as he is. He's probably got the best healthcare in the world now. But he can talk to people right up there and right down there, and that's a gift, that is. And he also makes people feel safe. As long as he keeps his promises, he can't go wrong. Anyway, that's enough about Trump. Right. Now, everyone was talking about this photo on Meghan's as ever, and everyone was right. She did not dig these vegetables out of her garden. The broccoli season finished last month, April. I think that's chard there. Corn isn't ready until, I think it was September. I don't know, is what people were telling me. Those spring onions are massive. But the one thing that nobody noticed that I did was when she's collecting professionally for her, these pictures here. Now, the one thing she uses, it is, and that's called a trug, Trug. It's a basket. Normally, actually, it's a bit more laid out flat. It's not as half moon. It's more like an arc. Because I remember, because my mother used to, her goal was to own a trug. Because when you pick flowers in the garden, you can lay them. It's like a wicker basket, but it's very, very shallow. But that's quite close for a trug. I was impressed when I saw that. And she's also got this one here. Oh, she's got two of those. Oh, look at that. So she got three. So if she's got three gardening baskets, why is she using a shopping basket? She couldn't wait. Do you know, Meghan's got this impatience about her. And it's showing more and more. She can't bloody wait to tell you that she's got something new coming out, or she's done this. It's like as if she's wants to be first in the queue to show the teacher her painting, and she get a pat on the head. I tell you what I think. Maybe her mother was away. You know where she was. We can say travel agent. I mean, the travel agency was only a temporary, didn't last very long. I think Doria and Meghan went to Jamaica once, where Doria taught Meghan how she came from so little, so she had to give so much. Oh, God, I can't remember. Why do I fill my brain with this junk? But anyway, they had one trip to Jamaica and then the company went bust. But Doria wasn't around. And Tom Senior, he had to work hard because he had two older children as well that were living with him. He was a sole, single parent to three. And that's a big responsibility. So he must have been working hard, And when you're a hard worker, you can maybe buy things for your children, but you haven't got the time. Maybe the time. I know my mum didn't have a lot of time. She had three jobs and it was hard. But then I was very lucky. I had a sister and a brother. And, it's good. But to be an only child and not have time, which is what happened to my daughter, that was bad. Not that she was ever in the house on her own. She was in boarding school. Oh, God, sorry. I shouldn't laugh. No, we all make mistakes. We all make mistakes. But anyway, so Meghan is now, she didn't sell out of jam. She only had, I reckon it was under 20 jars. In fact, I'll say for definite, it was definitely less than 20 jars. And she, instead of waiting or organising to restock, or I thought there was somebody else sending it out from some factory up the road. But whatever it was, it's all died down. Now, I'll tell you now, and I know a bit about business because I've had a couple of businesses. you've got to keep your money. Just because you make £100, that don't mean you can spend 100. If you do that, you'll be out of business. And another thing, business comes first. Unfortunately, it's got to. If you're the sole proprietor, like I've always been, you can't afford to leave your business, and so therefore sacrifices have to be made, and they're big ones. I can remember when I first bought the parlour, I didn't have enough money. So I went to a building society that I had an account with, and I asked if I could borrow 40,000 I needed. And that was after selling my house and everything. And they said, she said, why do you want the money? And I wasn't going to lie. I said, well, actually, I want to buy a brothel in Cardiff, and I can sell my house, and I got this, and I've got that, and it's worth this much, and if I can borrow that, then at least I'll own the building, and you can come and take the building, because you'll get your money. And I got the 40 grand. I did. Barclays Bank closed my bank account when they found out I was running a brothel. But I didn't care. I went to Lloyd's and they were great, so I stayed with Lloyd's. But it's funny, how if you're not very careful, you can be treated badly. Business is business. My father-in-law thought the brothel was great, because he was a Jew. And business is business. If you can make money out of doing something and you're not hurting anyone and you're not robbing anyone, then why not, go for it. But Meghan, the minute she had her launch, which was the day she sold out, I reckon she would say, oh, let's go for a holiday, or let's go out to dinner, or let's go to the Beyonce concert, or let's do this. She didn't take it seriously. I think she stuck to her 1 hour a week. They're investigating Archwell, by the way. There's money gone missing. A lot of money has gone missing from charities. Now, that $10,000 or pounds that he gave to that charity in Nottingham, he gave exactly the same, well, no more actually, to that charity in Nottingham when the Royal Foundation was split. If you remember, just after Meghan and Harry got married, there was trouble in the Royal Foundation. Meghan, for a short time, was running the Kensington Royal Kensington Twitter account. I know, because I got banned, and nobody could ban me, not a royal. They know I love them. It was Meghan. She banned me. And but I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, when they decided to split the Royal Foundation, because Harry and Meghan wanted their half for their charity, right? And that's a fact. They wanted their half because it was the Fab Four that were going to run the Royal Foundation. And very, very quickly, William noticed that Meghan was more interested in the money than she was about what she was going to do with it for other people. And it soon became quite apparent that it wasn't going to work because Meghan had a completely different approach to charity. She didn't believe anything was free. And as you know, the royals don't think like that. And Harry was on Meghan's side, so they had to split the money. So they split it, but William said to Harry, you can't take that money to America. It's to be spent on charities in this country, which is fair enough. And that was when they gave money to that, I think it's a food bank in Nottingham. And I'm just wondering now, I mean, of all the charities in UK, why did he re-give money to them? And it was a lot more when he had, I'm not quite sure, but it seems peculiar that the very same charity, which is an Islamic charity, I think it's called Hamza or something, had more money off them. Or did he just ask for a receipt for the first lot of money he gave them? You never know with them, because they're not really interested in giving money away. Oh, here's another one. Joe Biden's daughter, the one, I don't know her name, I forgot it. Might be Laura, might not. Meghan gave her 250,000. Yeah, so you scratch my back, isn't it, and all that. Anyway, she's being investigated by the IRS now for the donation from Archwell. Archwell is going to be investigated. Bob Iger of the Lion King, Disney, he gave them 3 million, and I've got a video of him saying it outside the Lion King premiere. We remember when they went and Meghan had that black skin-tight netty top dress on, and she saw Beyonce in the gold dress that was more like a pelmet all dripped around her. I don't know how the hell that stayed up. And then there was Jay-Z, that dirty little, kinky, whatever they are, all looking snobby in the royal, with their royalty and all the red carpets and stuff. And Bob Iger was interviewed outside the thing, just him in the interview, and he said, I've donated 3 million for their African charities. I don't know if that ever got to the African charities, but I know the African charities haven't got much money left now, and Harry's gone, isn't he? Anyway, let's get back on track. And that's another one. In fact, you know what? If you look closely at those carrots, I think there's a bit of rot in them there roots. I think there might be a bit of rot. Never mind, I don't care. And those? Nah, she didn't get those out of the garden. She didn't. Look at her, bare feet, balancing on the wall. She's trying to be so perfect. Thing is with Meghan, she's totally curated her entire life. Get rid of the father, hide the mother most of the time, hide all the relatives, don't talk about this, don't talk about that. And she's reinvented herself, and she thought it would be that easy. What she didn't accept was the fact that she had a very, very bad memory, and that it didn't look good in a royal family because they're decent people. And slowly but surely, she's covering up one lie with another lie. Every time people say, what about your father? She ignores it. It's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. You keep sweeping all this under a carpet, and it doesn't go away. It just doesn't notice all the dust, but the dust will build up, and it'll build up until it's the size of bloody Everest. And she's going to have to face that big lump under the carpet. And it's not going to go away because she's invented a new life, and it's not a good life. It's not a proper life. It's not a happy life. And her children are getting older. Maybe that's why she's suddenly become this mother that she wants to be. It's not going to last. Nothing lasts. We're all getting older. We're all getting wiser. We're all learning lessons even now. And she's going to bitterly regret starting off on the wrong foot. All she had to do was just tell the truth and take advice. That's all. That's all. I mean, don't tell me they didn't know her past. They'd already had MI5 sniffing around, and yet they were all prepared to, in public, everything was going to be good. And if she had just taken the advice and done what she was told, she'd have had that life of luxury where she wouldn't need to say, are we getting paid? Because her life would be where there's no need for money. Meghan couldn't ever accept that. I don't think she accepts it now. Well, she can't now because she hasn't got it anymore. But I think she's squirreling away. I bet you when Harry goes to sleep, she goes through his pockets and even goes down to 50 cents and a quarter and says it's for the children's piggy bank. But really, I bet you she's the sort of person that even though she's got 100 million, she'll still go for that next 50 cents. It's her nature. I've met people like her before. Right now, there's something else I wanted to talk about here. Yeah, now, I was telling you about Macron. Look at him there. Look at his jacket. Oh, it's a wind cheater, fair enough. Right, look on this table. 2 glasses. Could be gin, could be water. But here, in between that white paper and the glass, there's a bag of white powder and a little spoon on the top. Yeah. You use a spoon if you're posh, but and if you don't want to leave any residue. But if you haven't, the best way really is to put it into lines. But they can't do that in case somebody came in and saw it, you see. So a spoon for the professionals. Look at his face. He's off his head. He wants to get out. And Keir Starmer sat by there looking as happy as Larry. Oh, it's disgusting, isn't it? I mean, I don't care what they do. I couldn't care less. He's not even Welsh. He's French. I don't care. But at least, if you're doing a job, do the bloody job and don't look stupid on the job. You know, it's embarrassing. And there's something now I can't remember who I got this off. I can't remember, but thank you. I forgot her name. If you look at this one now, his wrist on the bottom one doesn't look too healthy. I think that's Harry. Got a couple of marks on his and looks like he's got a black eye. And I don't know if that is Brigitte Macron. I just picked that up off Instagram earlier tonight, and it don't look. I don't know, but it could be. Oh, it just my head it goes funny when I just can't make any sense of it. Oh, here's Meghan looking her angry face. Always an angry. We've seen all these, haven't we? We've seen all these. Look at that face. That was when she went all fat. I reckon she was on the steroids. Now, this is something I wanted to talk about. Now, Kim Kardashian, I think she's got 4 children. I'm not quite sure. 3 or 4. I know she had her first when, whatever his name is, North, West, South? No, North. She had him naturally, and she had fluid retention on her feet. One day she had one of those see-through shoes, like vinyl ones, clear. Oh, and her little feet, they were puffing right up around them. I did feel sorry for her, because she did put on a lot of weight. Look at her hands are puffy. She went very big. Very big. And you can see where it went too. It went onto her thighs, and she's got quite big legs, as you can see there. Got quite chubby legs. And, she put it on all over. There's it. Oh, there we are. Look, those are those PVC shoes. She got real chunky ankles there. And she got thin hands. Her hands are all right, but you can see where the weight is. Now, she gained 65 pounds. And you're not going to argue with that, are you? Because she's obviously really pregnant. And she has got a heavy... There's a funny picture coming up. Look, did she have a BBL? Look, there's a worse one coming. I wonder if they weigh much. There we go. Hang on, there's one... She got very big legs, Kim has. Whereas, Meghan saying she's put 65 pounds... Oh, this one. Look at that. No, not that one. There's another one. There, that one. Look at that one. You see her backside? Now, you can tell there's something gone wrong with her backside there. Because her legs... I mean, she's got a big high heel on and she's pregnant there. But you see that bottom, how it goes like a question mark backwards. Goes around and then it goes down her leg. It's not right, is it? It's just not right. And you know in your heart, and you'd swear by it, that there's something not right about Kim's backside. And that's exactly how we all felt about the moon bump. She looks a bit black around the back of the neck too, doesn't she? God, she has improved with age, I'll give her that. But that picture, wow. It's terrible. I mean, those BBLs, I've been reading up about them. And they didn't look at all the downsides of having those. Apparently, when they take the fat away from wherever they take it away from, your stomach or wherever, maybe your thighs, I don't know. But, and they pump it into your backside to fill dents, dimples, things like that. Apparently, it smells. That when your backside always sweats, I suppose, when you're in tight jeans or those shiny Spanx things, you do perspire. But apparently that really stinks. I don't know any other way to say it. But I don't know. I don't know why I even told you. I don't care. I don't care. I haven't got it. It's all right. Now, this is another one. There is talk now, and it's quite serious talk, that Prince Charles has okayed it for the House of Lords. You know it had to go through Parliament. You know that, don't you? And somebody was saying on YouTube tonight that it was, whatever his name was, Lord Simon Lee. And I thought, let me just check him out. He's not a lord, he's a professor of law. He's also very, very well educated. And that's him there. There he is there. But this is so peculiar when I tell you this. Back in 2014, I think it was, he was teaching or professing up at Newcastle, I think, University. And the bosses, or his bosses, he was a professor, they had to ask him to leave because he'd had so many complaints about the way he bullied his minions. Hang on, I've got to read it you here now. But it's got a happy ending, actually, unlike Meghan. This is in Wikipedia. You can read it. Anyway, yeah, he got they got rid of him because, and then somebody else resigned in support. Brendan Foster resigned in support of him, and there was all sorts of things. But after he had left, following Lee's departure, an audit of senior managers' expenses, as well as accusations about Lee, was undertaken by KPMG. The outcome resulted in a complete exoneration of Lee. So, where the royal family looked into the bullying and found they didn't release the results, this is almost the same, isn't it? The KPMG did a full investigation and Lee was exonerated. So that's the happy ending. So this fella Lee is going to be the one that's going to lead into Meghan Markle losing her titles. And Harry, he'll lose the Duke of Sussex. He won't lose Prince, but he'll lose the... And of course, she may well call herself then Prince Henry. Oh, I can't. No, they won't. They'll find a way around that. Oh, yes. Mary S. Mary S. I don't want to put your full name. Thank you so much. Thank you very, very much for the money that you sent me. I am really, really grateful. And I don't ask for money off anybody, but I will accept it graciously. I'm trying to monetize my channel because I'm looking as though I can, but I can't do it on this tablet. I need a laptop to see the full screen, so it's gonna have to wait for a while. And look at this, I had this off somebody. Sadie, love your channel. Never stop. Ed Goner. I did reply. Wichita, Kansas, isn't it? Thank you very much, Ed Goner. I was so proud of that. I don't know how you got my email address, but I don't hide it. Right, next thing I gotta do. Oh, there was, yeah. Oh no, I keep. Yeah, this is it in a nutshell. This is from Cacklebury Cottage on Ladivin, Ladivin's Instagram. According to her and Harry, and this is for the women only, really. She got pregnant 3 months after getting married, despite being 37 years old. She has a geriatric pregnancy, gains 65 pounds all in her bump, is overdue, goes into hospital where Harry gets high on the gas. She has 2 epidurals. The cord is wrapped round the baby's neck. She has postpartum pre-eclampsia, 2 epidurals, and goes home 2 hours after giving birth. Shows the baby 2 days later and is bigger than when she was pregnant. She's bigger. How stupid does she think her public is? And somebody... Oh, hold on, I just got to blow my nose. Hold on a second. I'm looking for something on Instagram now because it was a fantastic shot of when Meghan first showed Archie, and she carried Archie out in her arms. Harry did. And when they asked, could we see a little bit more of him? We can't see much of his face. Harry frantically dug his left thumb into what would have been Archie's armpit, but it wasn't. It was a doll. We know it was a doll because if you'd seen my other video, that the one with the pregnancy, there's a mechanical breathing machine. It's an optional extra with these lifelike dolls. It's unbelievable what they can do in these days. And it goes up and down like an iron lung. It's got a little clapper, and it goes up and down, and it runs on a Duracell battery. But you've got to switch it on. It's either got a remote on a little wire, or you can press the machine itself. There's a red switch button there. And he was desperately hunting for the button on the machine to press it so that this doll's chest would go up and down. And as soon as the photographer saw that, then it's undeniable that do you know, you've got to be so careful these days because A1 robots, people copying other people's voices, taking something that you said and snipping it into bits and using this and that and making it sound like you said something completely different. The things, and every time I open Instagram, for some reason, the first page is at least 20-30 pictures of misfits or A1 misfits. And do you know, I've got to tell you, I get horrified, and it's getting worse. Tonight, I went onto YouTube and I saw, I don't even want to upset you, and I'm not going to tell you what it was, but it was a thumbnail. I have never been so hurt or horrified, angry. I was absolutely speechless. I couldn't believe what I saw. And the channel was called Facts-ination. There's a few. There's vaccinations and a couple of numbers. There's vaccination videos, but this one was just called Facts-ination. Facts, you know. And it was put up 4 days ago. Well, I couldn't take it. I almost cried. And I complained, and I said it was violent and horrible. I can't remember the options they gave you, but I could not let that rest. If it had been in the video, inside it, I wouldn't have seen it. But when I saw it, I couldn't believe my eyes at the cruelty of some people to animals. That's what it boiled down to. It was terrible. It was just terrible. And I can't stand seeing that. And do I have to look at that? Because every time then I think about animals, and that's, if I see a similar, my mind goes back and it upsets me terrible. Oh, I can't bear it. I can't bear it. But this is Harry here now. Look at this. This is as ever the Tig. This is him and Meghan taking a swipe at Trump after he called Meghan terrible. Look at Meghan encouraging him. Do you know the guy's 40? What the hell's the matter with him? Look at him. Dear. No, he can't be all there. He can't be. I wish I could find that. Oh, that's okay. It's only a model. I tell you, I've got to be very careful. What I look at these days. Okay, there's Princess Diana there. Yeah, she wants to step back from the as ever. She's going to try something new, and she's thinking of going into fashion. Listen, I'm going to tell you what I think. She's hopeless, useless, and there's nothing she can do. She was brought up on that set of Married with Children, and I think from a very young age, she quickly grabbed onto the fact that being a tart or coquettish, if you want to use the posh word, teasing men and being like a Lolita, that's how she was going to get on in life, and she was going to become an actress, and that was how she was going to work her way to the top. No shame at all. That's what she was going to do. She didn't want to be good at it. She just wanted to be good at that. And I think that stayed in her. I think that from that day to this, in fact, you know what? She really is a lost cause. There's a lot of people in the world that were brought up without much of a good start in life. I don't even know if Meghan Markle, if a good start would have helped her. I'm sure her dad did his best, but I don't think well, you can't be a mother. A father can't be a mother, can he? And her mother wasn't a mother. But going back to what I was not going to tell you, there's incest in that family, and I hate to say that, but it is true. And I knew this about 2 years ago. In fact, a lot of people have said about it, but I don't want to. But it you know, like incest in is a lot of it in India, where they marry first cousins and things like this, and there's a lot of mental health problems. It is true, and if you find, now it was Meghan's grandmother, Doria's mother, Jeanette Johnson, I think her name was, and it was her brother. That it's all there, and if you look on a site called Fame Chain, one word, if you Google Fame Chain, is anybody that's famous, it'll give you their family chain, and if you look at that, it's there in black and white. They haven't managed to clear that one off yet because they probably didn't think it was on it, but it's there. And but if you look at the family tree, you can see it there as well. I mean, it's not Meghan's fault. It's not her mother's fault. But what I'm trying to say is, could this be the reason for Meghan's inability to grasp things? Could it be a slight kickback from the interbreeding? I'm not being cruel, I'm just being honest. And I don't owe Meghan any favours anyway. Oh, that's Burnt Oak Boys. Grifting influencer. Look at her smile. Oh, this is Andy Pat. This is Tarot by Andy. Yeah, this is talking about Harry. Now, Charles, we all know, don't we, that Charles isn't going to ever get cured of this cancer. You know that, don't you? It's a fact. But I will say that, and I've known this through the years, the older somebody is when they get cancer, the less it affects them in the prognosis. And it's a fact, because when you're younger, you're renewing your cells at a far quicker rate than you are when you're older. And when you're older, just say, for instance, you got cancer at about 80, I don't think the cancer would kill you. You know, I don't. But I also know that King Charles has got it in a very dangerous area for men, and that's prostrate. And so there you go. I don't know if that's the same that it would be if it was somewhere else in the body. And I feel very, very sad about that, because I actually love King Charles, and and Camilla. I love the whole royal family. But I think that's why Charles has said it's okay for Prince William to start the ball rolling with Simon Lee. I think that they're starting and Harry, apparently, he went to China. I think it was a paying engagement. It was that he was paid to go there. Now, whether China invited him there just as a one-upmanship to UK and the USA, look who we got, or whether I can't imagine them wanting Harry for his skill. He went out under his Travelist cover, which is his company that's supposed to support eco-travelling. Watch your footprint, don't take planes, or don't take private planes. So whoever booked him for a Travelist speech, was either taking the piss out of him and having a laugh at his expense because he's private planing it everywhere. Apparently, while he was in China, he's been frantically ringing Kensington Palace, Buckingham Palace, St James's Palace, and Clarence House, and Highgrove, and all the places he's trying to get a hold of his father. And I don't think he really realised it till about now that the door is firmly closed. You know, the royal family are always seen to be a bit on the soft side. And we all said it, didn't we? Good God, he's getting away with a lot. Oh, come on, do something, do something. And they were very slow to do it. But when it's done, it's done. And it is done. And Charles has got his health to worry about. And William is so full of anger that nothing's going to come back. And he must miss his brother. And he must miss his father. And apparently, this is Neil Sean. You know Neil Sean. Give me a little wave. You get the picture. He said that he's desperate to get back to his royal roles because that's all he knows. He can't live the life of a celebrity because he doesn't know it's not the life he knows. Well, it's not the life I know, but I could sure as hell get used to it if I had a comfortable life, you know. And I don't think it's that hard. I don't think you need to be Einstein, which Harry certainly isn't, and neither is Meghan. But, you know, why don't they just calm down, realise that they're no good for nothing, they're good for nothing, and just lower their budget, move into a smaller house, and why don't they do a bit of charity work in the charity shops or a small work for charity, you know, and I'm sure that eventually they'll work out their finances and they'll have enough to live on. They're just too greedy with nothing to offer. And if everyone in the world was like Harry and Meghan, the whole world would go broke. You know, you've got to pay your way in life, not by money necessarily, but by good deeds, kindness, love. You know, there's lots of things that are worth more than money. But you've got to give something back to the world. You know, her father would love to see her, but he's over there now in the Philippines on the 15th floor of a block of flats. God, it must be boiling over there. and dusty, you know, and when it rains, it really rains. And everything sounds nice when you're thinking of it, isn't it? Like, oh, go to the Philippines and just forget everything. But it's not really like that. I think Tom Jr. wanted to go, because he's a lot younger, obviously, and find himself a girlfriend. But you know, I've been watching these videos on these Filipino girls. Whoa, family first, family second, family third, then your uncles and aunties and cousins, and if they want new cars, washing machines or anything, bump. Put them all before the husband. These British men that go over there, maybe Americans too, but the ones I'm seeing are all British, they just take them to the cleaners. Just do it. So, compared to what they earn themselves out there, I think that the American salaries and the British salaries or pensions, oh, and you know what, the British men, right, they got these huge stomachs, you know how they get the beer belly, and big red faces, big, you know, and you can tell that they've had a life of excess, and they got a decent pension, so off they go to the Philippines, and they end up with a pretty slim Filipino girl. Have a word with yourself, mate. Look in the mirror, you know your limits. I mean, if you want to meet a Filipino, at least if you're 60, try and go for one about 45 at the lowest. It's not right to make a fool of yourself like that. Here we go. What's this now? Oh, this is from Thomas Markle Jr. Let me see if I can just get a bit out of it. Concealed record of Miss Rachel Meghan Markle in the state of California gave birth to a child in 1997. Apparently, Paula M. and P. Diner on YouTube are talking about it, and they're discussing the correspondence between Paula M. and the Californian Department of Public Health Office. Correspondence clearly shows there is the Rachel Meghan Markle who gave birth in 1997 and again in There was another date as well. 1997. And the records were sealed in December 2018. If it's our Megsy, 1997. And when was the other one? It was before she met Harry. It was in 20-something. It would make the offspring 27 years old this year. CDPR VR states say they cannot release any records if the child is living or deceased. Yeah, allegedly gave away 2 children. One in 1997. That would have been the one that she married Joe Giuliano from university, I think. And I got a picture of Meghan, and I think you might know it, wearing a stripy dress and pretending to steer a boat, a yacht, with a tiller. And she's in a navy and white stripe dress. And another time when she went to that woman's name. I can't think of her name now, but she's a Mexican, I think. She was holding a charity function in London, and Meghan went with Oliver somebody as a date. He married Pixie from the Sugar Babes, something like that. Oliver somebody. She went to a ball with him, a charity ball. Of that Mexican woman was the Eva Longobarilla. Her, she does a charity in London, and in that ball she had a black dress on, and her tummy was right out there. So it didn't slow her down at all anyway, but that's what I remember. Oh, look, I did that. Oh, she has no taste. Oh, and guess what? I got to tell you this. QRelief.com is British now. We are about to have medical marijuana available in UK. Initial consultations are £50, must be 18 years or over. You can log in with the NHS. So, I'm going to log in and see if I can get it, because that'll get me off the painkillers. Look at this. Make sure you got your fishing license this year. They're getting real sneaky. As a police car has fallen into a canal, I think. There's another one I saw. When I die, I want my bestie to have my phone, and after the funeral, send a message to everyone saying, it's fucking dark in here. Can you imagine that? Oh, I think that'd be a scream. I think that's it now. That's all I got. I think I've run out of words. Thank you, Mary, for the money. It's really kind of you. Yeah, that's it. You know, that's all gone all round the world now, that is. They'll never live that down. Never. But it could be, you see, that they're kinky. They are. All of them are odd. When they're... It could be that that's the way they live all the time. It wouldn't do for me, but they're getting a bit old now. Both of them are getting a bit old to be scrapping like that, don't you think? Anyway, that's it. Yeah, got nothing else. And I'll be back. What day is it? Saturday. I'll definitely be back Sunday, maybe before. Who knows? I think President Trump is finished now. I did watch him. I gotta be honest, he's a brave man. If somebody nearly shot your ear off, would you go back? I wouldn't. And I really admire him for that. Mind you, he was undercover this time. They were in like a big hall or a hangar or something. And I just hope his security is up to snuff now after that one. I'm sure it is. But I do worry, about those sort of things. We don't want any. I just don't like... I'm getting sick of the bad stuff in the world, And I don't like all this fake stuff on the internet. Fake. Really fake. And people harming animals and putting it up on it. No, I don't. I know I should see it to open my heart and to make me shocked and to make me do something. Listen, when I die, everything I got will go to animals, donkey sanctuaries, octopuses. I will make sure that everyone in the animal kingdom has got everything I can spare. But I know it happens if you keep putting pictures, and not you personally, the internet. You put in pictures, all it does is make me cry. It makes me despair. It puts me in very, very depressed state, and I can't stop thinking about it. And that's no good. If I start dwelling on the horrible things in the world, oh God, I'd be so miserable all the time. As it happens, I'm not, because I haven't got a very good memory, thank God. And that's the truth, that is. If I remembered all the bad things that had happened to me, I suppose I would be a miserable old git. But luckily, I think my brain protects me. I do. I can remember some stories and good things. I can't remember a lot of bad. I'm very, very lucky, aren't I? And I know it, and that's a priceless gift to have. Just somebody's blocking my brain. Anyway, I'll see you on Sunday, I hope. Thank you for spending this time with me. Thank you for listening. I got extra spit tonight. It's like I'm frothing at the frothing at the mouth. I must be excited. No, I haven't been drinking.